We visited the Naples Zoo at Caribbean Gardens in Naples, Florida on May the 18th, 2021. If you would like to get notices when I post again, be sure to subscribe right here. Just click on that button. This zoo was established on September the 1st, 1969, and it covers this area. It's a relatively small zoo with only 43 acres and 70 species involved. But it does have some good areas like the Monkey Islands that you take a boat cruise to look at, and it has striped hyenas, so I'd rate it as a small 6. Let's get started. Soon we arrive in Naples at the Naples Zoo in the Caribbean Gardens. It's both a garden and a zoo. Unfortunately, several of the animals won't be out since they're working in their cages. This is a zoo from outer space, and we're going to be looking around and taking a boat ride on this Primate expedition cruise. Let's start looking around. First, let's look at some of the landscape. And now it's time to take our Primate expedition cruise. The animals are actually out on islands. We'll be riding on a pontoon boat like this and listening to our guide. Let's get started.
Named after Africa's largest lake, our Lake Victoria is a man-made lake. It was dug out by... about gibbons is they've got a ball and socket joint in their shoulders and their wrists. This gives them extremely good freedom of movement. They can be going in one direction and make a 180-degree turn without losing any forward momentum. Now there is one characteristic of the Siamangs that differentiates them from other gibbons, and that is a thing called a guller sac. Siamangs have a guller sac, which is a flap of skin under their chin. They can inflate that guller sac up with air, like a balloon or a bagpipe, and then they can emit a very loud territorial call that can be heard up to 2 miles away. So here we have 3 black and white colobus monkeys native to Central Africa. Countries like Chad, Nigeria, the Congo, and Kenya. Black and white colobus monkeys have foods more efficiently than other animals. They can digest foods that might be toxic to other animals. They also do not have a visible thumb. So they don't grab on branches and swing from tree to tree. They use all fours and they run and jump between the branches. And they do that very quickly. The next island we're coming up to, if you look at this next island, we've got some monkeys on this island, some regular monkeys. I say regular monkeys because these are more of what you think of when you say monkey. These guys have a prehensile tail. These are New World primates native to Central and South America and parts of Mexico. That prehensile tail has a curl at the end of it. Notice that curl at the end of that tail. That curl has a lining of tactile skin. So just as we can grip things with our hands, they can grip things with that tail. They use it to wrap around tree branches to help them when they're climbing up or down. They carry food in that tail. They can even pick up and peel a banana with that tail. That island is home to a pair of primates that I call the odd couple, because we got a pair of primates on this island that are totally unrelated. We've got a gibbon and a monkey sharing this island. They get along so well. To me it's kind of odd, so I call them the odd couple. They share the island very well. They're really good buddies. The gibbon on this island is known as a buff-cheeked gibbon. Buff-cheeked gibbons they're related to the Siamang gibbons, but they come from a slightly different part of Southeast Asia. They come from countries like Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. His name is Gibson. So what's the big deal about that spider monkey? Well, he's 47 years old. Now that little buff-cheeked gibbon in there, he is an extremely active climber.
After the cruise, we look at the rest of the zoo. Here's some plain zebra. Notice the stripes inside stripes on some of these. Around the alligator pond, there are many different herrings and egrets nesting. Let's look at a few of these. And this brings us to the end of this video.